Hello and welcome back to Apostate Coalition. We are a collaboration channel offering you news, education, information pertaining to high control religions. And on the worldly perspective, we're going to be sinning all night long. So get into your comfy clothes, get your lotion, and get ready to relax. And I'm going to pass the mic on over to the master. I didn't say what you thought I was going to say. The master of the show, Dr. Time Waster, master of wasting time.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome. I wore my most sinful outfit, which was made by this very wonderful person who has sewing skills amongst us. I should have told you we could have coordinated.
Oh, yeah, you should have. I mean, I made this, if that counts. I made this. So you're wearing something I made, and I'm wearing this. So, kind of.
Oh, yeah, and we have these other people with us. They're
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
Just here to look at these outfits is all I'm here for.
I actually kind of dig your shirt. I want to see your
you.
shirt.
This
was that Rick?
Richard Sanchez.
Why
I like it.
doing it like that?
Is it?
I still
He is
still
doing
rep
it like
this
that.
character.
Sorry, it just reminded me of The Simpsons, where he ends up being the Japanese soapbox. Or it was like the fish light bulb comes together, and it's the anyway. That's what the Rick Sanchez looks like outside of the hair.
I don't know if I recall that.
I see
episode.
it.
You don't remember that? Oh,
You don't remember that?
Were they in Japan?
I will be
Is that what you said?
proven vindicated in the rewatch. All right, hey, hey everybody, thanks for coming. We're going to be talking about sin. We're already sinning, obviously, so please come sin with us. Yeah, we're all interested in cults, and most of us here were in one, or we're all in one in some manner or other.
Yeah.
And I think
plan on starting one as well.
We're planning on starting one. And I think sin is a very interesting topic that we can all relate to. We've all heard of it. I'm sure we've all heard of the word, right?
I'm sinless. I'm sinless.
You're sinless, but you know what it is.
Oh.
You know what it is enough to know that you're not sinning right now.
I've never sinned before.
Oh God.
Sin.
I know no,
Sin right there.
I know no such thing as sin.
I've never sinned either. Don't believe in it.
You only can sin if you're part of the team. I've never been part of the team, therefore I've never sinned.
Right. I'm the only one here that has never been baptized.
You just gonna keep throwing it in our face?
Yes, I am. I throw it in everybody's face every chance.
That's a sin. It is a sin to continuously throw that into our faces. So
well, I don't even know what a sin is. So.
And guess what? And I'm the only one who didn't come up in a high controlling religion.
All right, you're just gonna keep throwing that in our face every chance.
Right?
You know,
rude.
Well, I got over it, so they'll get over it eventually.
True. This is probably the biggest sin.
Ryan, it looks like you're hacking. Ryan, it looks like you're hacking into a mainframe.
I am.
It's Mission Impossible over here.
Wait, I gotta sweat.
Does it look better if I?
Yes, do it.
I've been meaning to tell you to turn it to the side.
I've been meaning to tell you.
Turn it to the side. Looks much better.
You can sing, Ryan?
No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's just one of my personalities.
Have you tested it out?
Sure have.
You recorded yourself?
All right, guys.
This
just occurred to me.
I've been there before.
You thought I could sing? Sure can.
Stephen Lett definitely gives off a creepy vibe, and it just occurred to me, Stephen Lett reminds me of in Men in Black when the alien infects that farmer. Whenever he talks, it's like something.
Oh, he do look. That's that Jehovah's Witness guy, right?
Yeah.
That's the Jehovah's Witness guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He does look like that. He does look like something's trying to break free from him.
Yep.
Edgar, the Edgar bug.
Something is possessing that body.
Mm-hmm. Like he sounds like that dude sounds weird. Why do they all sound like that?
You say his name is Edgar?
They be talking like this, and they don't blink.
Oh yeah.
They just be staring at you.
Well, he also talks out of like the corner of his mouth a lot.
Yep.
The corner of his mouth droops down.
They don't want to They're trying to make sure they're trying to keep their eyes on you just in case you sin.
They got one eye here and one eye there. Oh goodness gracious! I'm sorry.
Well, I think you're all sinning right now by I don't know.
What are we even talking? I don't know.
Are you mocking him post-stroke?
Yes, we cannot do that. We do not do that.
That sounds sinful. So,
but I don't think that's what it is. I just think he's a robot with some flesh slapped on there.
I think he's Jehovah in the flesh.
Man, we're doomed. There goes those funny sounds again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, sin
guys.
Edition. And what were we talking about again?
Yes, it's like a silly putty face. It really is.
Yeah. My question is, we all seem to be familiar with it, and we can come up with all the things that are sin. In fact, to my knowledge, you can just say anything's a sin, and you're probably right. So, what is a sin?
What is a sin? According to who? Are we basing off Jehovah's Witness?
That's right, brother. 5 Nights at Steffi's.
Instead of Freddy's.
Because, like, coming from somebody who's been around Baptists, like, it's crossover.
We have to do that now.
Y'all have crossover sins, but then y'all have things that y'all do that the Baptists would say is a sin.
I would really love to hear what Dan McClellan says about what is sin, according to, I guess, the Bible.
I mean, according to who? You can go and there's a dictionary. There's dictionary definitions of what a sin is.
Let's hear dictionary definitions.
Like what is
inclination?
What's the difference between a sin, ethics, and morality?
We should establish that.
But everybody argues whether morality is subjective or objective.
And what I meant by saying Dan McClellan is, I would like to know what the historic perspective of what sin was, but I don't know if any of us here.
Don't you do it?
Well, what do you think the historic perspective of it is? What do you think the point of if it didn't come divinely from God, then we as human society made it up. So what's the point? Why would we do that?
If I were to guess the historic perspective in Christianity of sin, I would imagine it just goes back to the original sin doctrine, saying, well, sin is all bad things, but it don't matter.
What's the original sin?
You were born bad, so you just need to believe, and then you'll be forgiven.
But that might not be the origin of it, like of why it was created in society.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
maybe it is a way. It was an early form of law, like it's an early form of trying to get society to be able to live peaceably, not murdering each other, kind of thing, right?
You better not be weighing no pain.
I think we know what sin is now. It's when women wear pants, and if you rub up against a pillow in the wrong way.
If we being honest, if
men wear tight pants,
the simple fact that y'all are speaking right now amongst men, you're sinning.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that. I'm honestly
according to some religious people, that is very plausible. Yep.
Does the concept of sin exist before the Genesis myth?
You mean cultures beyond the Bible's timeline? Or sorry, if you know, answer. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I'm really wondering, like, is the original sin in Genesis the original sin idea that was given?
So it
in any
wasn't so
context.
according to like I could say Hebrews at the time. So according to the Hebrews, that wasn't original sin. That wasn't what the story was about. That's something that was created, I guess sometime in maybe Paul's time. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Or is that a Christian creation? Oh shit!
What?
As I'm
What
checking
we
my
trying to
facts.
figure out?
What some people see the Genesis story as original sin. So everybody is sinful because of what
Adam and
happened
Eve
between exactly.
ate
So it's
from
But
the
inherited.
forbidden
that
tree of
Genetic.
knowledge.
right passed down exactly. But according to Hebrews, that's not what the story was about. It wasn't for original sin.
They don't care.
No, that's not how they no.
What does
That's
Hebrews
not
say?
that's they think that everybody is created inherently with an inclination to sin.
Oh, I thought you meant according to Hebrews, the book
Oh,
of the
I'm sorry.
Bible.
Oh, no. Oh God, I don't even y'all, I don't even really talk about that book because it's like a facto.
Oh,
So
really?
What
yeah,
book?
it's like one of
Bible?
Hebrews. It's
What?
like Hebrews. I don't know. I don't like that book.
Oh, that whole book. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you were
yeah.
talking about
Not
the
the
whole
Hebrew,
Bible.
not the people. Excuse me. Hello, sorry. Just wanted to differentiate. But the Hebrews, the
It's a good
people
sketch
at the
idea.
time, uh, Leho, got to differentiate that. Nowadays, to be certain, didn't see it that way. So everybody was just created with a little bit of like inherent sin, but God gave us order with the Torah. So you follow that and you're golden, right? So that's why he has those rules. That's how you make everything that was chaotic now organized.
So is
But what that
everything in the Torah a sin if you break it? If you don't follow it? Was that like their rule book that says these are all sins?
yeah,
Like
I
this?
guess. I guess so, but I think they have ways that you can, you know, fix it if you sin, just like Christians do. Everybody has their
Except for me, I never sin.
right.
Well,
You were
so
born sinless.
I don't see the difference between like what you just described and like our legislation system and justice system that we have here. We just don't claim that it came from God, but we've created our own rules of system, whether they work or don't work. That's, up for debate. But
Yeah,
It's what works for
I say
majority.
it's all the
It's for
to
what works
me,
for.
it's all the same. It's
It's for
all
what's worked for
freaking
majority.
intertwined.
And just to be clear, there are actually a lot of people that do still believe that it comes from God, like our laws and stuff. Not, I mean, in America, it's
Yeah, there's
some. In other countries, it's many. Especially, but I mean, in the past century or two, obviously a lot of kings and stuff have fell in Russia and all that. People don't believe the same stuff, but a lot of people do think that our leaders are appointed by God and our laws are made by God as well.
Well, when your reality based starting point is there, I mean,
sins. Yes, sins are
I
the
mean,
things that
pretty
make you
much.
feel good.
Which I don't know. So sinning just seems to be pretty much the same thing as like ethics, but the difference being that the authority of what is right and wrong comes from God. So is that like
Mhm.
top-down hierarchical kind
so
Yeah,
of morality structure?
so
This is
y'all
what
had
I
Claim
was
it comes
saying
from
earlier.
God.
and not equal for everybody.
so y'all had to deal with the guilt of the sin.
Yep.
I
Yep.
definitely have guilt
It's
Wait,
as
like
a
for
child,
me,
yeah.
like feeling guilt is a sin,
no,
or
no. What you perceive to be a sin, then you feel the guilt from that being a sin.
oh, sure,
But it be things that a person like me, I don't.
right?
It don't. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't sin because it don't register as sin.
As
It
a
don't
sinful
register as
thing.
I'm doing anything sinful because I don't think about it like that. It's just like, oh, I'm just doing what you do, so I don't never sin because I've
Right.
never been.
Because it's you might do something unethical, but it's not a sin.
No, I mean like the things you were taught that were sins that you was doing, and you would feel guilt about it because you were told that it was a sin. I was never told anything I've done is a sin. So the things I would do, they're probably the same thing you do. A person in religion, they'll have guilt about it while I don't even register it. It's like, oh, okay.
So you have no compass whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm just out here. I have no, I don't have any no morality, no nothing. I'm just here to eat babies.
Yep. Hey, things I thought were sins, now I'm like, what the frick is wrong?
Yeah.
Now sin is like,
I mean, that's the argument that I think Tyler brought up earlier about, is morality subjective or objective? And people on TikTok are arguing this all the time, back and forth. And I just can't care less about the distinction because, everybody is individually perceiving the world in their own slightly unique way. So how can you ever say anything is always objective? There's nothing we can do. There's no AI we can build. There's no God we can believe in that's going to actually be objective.
Because if murder was bad, then God would never call for any murder. But yet he does.
Yep.
So but that means it's subjective to him to like, oh, whenever I need it to be a murder, I'll let a murder happen. But you can't really murder.
But that's what we do as humans.
Yeah, I know, because we
that's
do
what our societies do. We say there's no way that we should do murder, but if it's in wartime or if you're running away
then
from
it's
a cop,
okay.
Here's I was thinking about this other week. What we did, from my perspective, looking at what we did was took the responsibility away from us. It's easier to say, yeah, it's some other person is telling us, because it's hard to deal with that. Like killing is bad, but sometimes you gotta kill somebody.
Right.
So it's hard to deal with that. So it's easier just to put that on some other deity and say, yeah, God got that, and I don't have to think about it. And it's
you
just
hand over your
way. uncomfort. Yeah, so it's easier that way. So we just place every basic human thing that we do, put it up there because it doesn't make sense, because it does. This is just what we do. Yeah. We don't do nothing different, and this is all we always gonna do until the end of time.
I feel like the entire concept kind of boils down to either, depending on how somebody looks at it, either behavior control or more often thought control. Because the thought control aspect is, the sin is all of these bad things, but everything you do is bad. There's no way that you can ever stop doing bad things. The only way that you can be forgiven is if you just believe this thing that you have to delude yourself out of.
As long as you believe in it, you can sin.
Right. You have to delude yourself enough to believe something that you used to know was factually incorrect. And then you will be forgiven for the sins that you were going to commit either anyways. But some people think, no, believing isn't all you have to do. You also, once you believe in the first place, you also then have to act good. Some people believe that, and it's a little bit more useful for society.
But what about the famous question they always ask? So what's stopping you from murdering people?
Nothing, actually. I murder everybody I want to murder. It's just been zero.
Yeah. I said, what stops me from murdering? I don't want to be murdered, nor do I want to live where murdering is just what you do.
Right.
So we all collectively
choose not to do it. Yeah, so find other ways to be angry.
But there are people who say, I'm going to murder.
Right.
Why not?
Yes. Yeah. It's true.
It's some people.
Some people need the morality of God hanging over their head.
Ever since they've been let go, they've been.
But Cain had the morality of God hanging over his head
20 years,
and he beat his brother to fucking death. So
I mean, that's
think
true.
That makes a difference.
It's
It's
placebo
subjective.
effect keeping
think,
them from doing bad things.
so think about the chain of events seem weird to me. So I'm
What?
gonna use you, brother Dob Stopper.
Okay.
You're a sinner, just in this set.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Before you was made, he knew you was gonna be a sinner. So he just went
Right.
ahead and made you
Right.
knowing you was gonna be a sinner.
Mm-hmm.
Weak ass little bitch.
And he made Adam and Eve knowing they were going to sin.
Oh
Oh,
shoot.
just my little raggedy camera.
If he didn't know, then he's not all knowing. And one of the questions I have about the whole Garden of Eden story is how long were they there before they ate from the tree? Because if they had everlasting life, yeah, I mean, I realize, but I'm just going with the
You
with the
ruined
story
it.
here.
Sorry.
If they had everlasting life, could have been there for quadrillions or septendecillion years before they were like, hey, infinity kind of insists that we have to eventually eat this fruit. It's actually guaranteed that it's going to happen. That's
That was bothering me. It felt like I was looking out away from everybody.
what I've been looking at the comments, so I didn't see what was going on.
Oh no, I had to flip my camera because it was bothering me because it felt like I was looking away from everybody.
I feel like you are looking away.
But I'm looking at y'all now, right? I'm looking towards Dob Stopper now, right?
No, you're looking.
No, nope.
You're looking towards the
maybe
comments.
It's
okay.
flipped for me too. Like, is this where if I look this way, am I looking at you guys?
You
Right.
looking at
Yes.
Ryan?
You are.
See, and
You
that's
are.
not the way it looks like on my screen. Like it looks like I'm looking around.
You can in the
Yeah.
settings, you can mirror your thing if you want to.
I did,
That's
but
what
I
I have
did.
on mine.
I did, but then y'all told me I was looking away from y'all.
This is a sinful situation that we seem to be in here. So
What?
this is
Yeah.
all sin.
Getting
So
all lubed up.
a lot of people have said this in the comments, and I just want to point it out. Like I looked these up as best I could from as many multiple sources as I can, and you can get slightly different definitions, but the difference between sin, ethics, and morality is basically ethics is rules of conduct that a group or culture basically follows that's also recognized by external sources. So like a code of conduct for businesses, the doctors, medical professionals having codes of conduct and things like that all kind of line up in the ethics. Morality are principles or habits that are relating to right and wrong conduct, but it's usually based on individuals' own compass of morality. So each individual person might have their own right or wrong. And then sin is kind of like basically all of the above, but God decides. God is the compass of morality, and it's all based around the deity being the one who
God
told us to be here, do these things. Don't do these things, And so, like I think that's just it. That's the most simple definition of it. Is Stephen Lett coming out of his what happened?
My cat over here she's talking to me.
Oh, I can't.
She has something to say. She thinks
I think
it's
because my
sin if you don't pet
microphone.
her.
I think my microphone's really good at keeping her. It's good. So, I don't got that basic mic like y'all.
So
I don't know how I was bragging.
Yeah,
is that a sin, bragging?
Yes, it is sin, according to me.
I mean, it depends. Like, there's the 7 deadly sins, but I don't know the historical significance of when those came into popular culture.
Right.
My first instinct would be to think that it could have come with the Divine Comedy, but as long as I've had that on my bookshelf, I've never actually read it, so I can't say.
Ryan, is God saying something back there?
Oh shoot! What's God? What's the question we have for God? I think he has something to say.
Are we sinning tonight?
Oh, what's that? What's that, Jehovah? Oh, no, he did not. Just before the show. Wait. No. Oh my God, that's so sad. It's that big. Oh. You meant. Never mind.
Oh.
It's all good. He said it's all good. Sorry.
All right.
You said it was on there.
Yeah.
We're on the right path.
Slight misunderstanding for just a moment, I believe.
Slight misunderstanding.
Yeah,
Cleared it up
completely
real quick. We're all good.
right. Mhm.
I took an ethics course in college, and I remember loving it so much. We went over like Aristotle and John Stuart Mill and Immanuel Kant and their kind of theories and philosophies. I don't remember any of it to tell it to you, so I just remember liking it. So I would highly suggest you read them if you're curious about that. I cannot
Yeah.
stand people though on TikTok who are debating ethics and morality, especially when they start using the terminology of like philosophy and morality and all that
Man,
stuff.
that's a pointless
It's-
argument.
I just can't. I just can't. There's like people dying all over the world. None of this means anything.
Right. It's like you're getting into the minutia of stuff instead of actually using your moral compass to be active and
Just-
and make things change.
It goes too far.
Right. It's tiresome sometimes. It's tiresome to move the needle.
Hello, everybody. I mean, man, I saw everyone, and I just said everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. You just wanted to sing a song.
Yeah, rock your
Rock your
body.
body.
Yeah.
I remember when I got that CD from. Remember when BMG did the 99? Well, a penny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta.
Love
Can I
Your
confess? Can I
Records
confess a
and
sin? Can I confess a sin?
Yes,
Yes.
you did
Confess a
sin.
sin.
I
I
knew
did
it.
the
I
same
knew
one. I
it.
know it.
I bet my sibling made whatever
We
sin
used-
you
me
Did
and
you
my-
change
me-
a sticker?
Me and my friend used to like we got real good at like just taking that plastic sleeve, just taking it out, sliding that CD case out, taking that CD out, putting it in his computer, burning it, then putting it back in, gluing it back, putting them all back, and putting a light little bit of glue onto that cardboard, and just say we don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job.
My brother did that quite a bit as well. He was
Good
getting into it.
job. Well done. Well done.
I feel bad because now all my favorite artists that I did that to not around anymore.
Well, they didn't need it then.
Yes,
That's
they
actually
did.
why.
Now they don't. I feel bad.
No, they didn't need it.
Not Backstreet Boys. I'm just talking about all the other people I did. Now they ain't.
Oh.
Now I'm like, oh man, I could have still had you if I would have supported you. Now I'm left with garbage.
$8 wasn't the guy.
Maybe this is a punishment for my sins.
Oh.
I'm starting to believe,
Ouch.
guys. I think he's working his magic on me again.
Oh, I know.
I'm feeling it.
You feeling it. It's the tingling.
I'm pretty sure from the very moment they started mass commercial selling music recorded on some kind of device, people have been finding ways to get it for free.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they were records or cassettes or 8-tracks.
Look, I would hate to be an 8-track dealer. You got
8-track dealer.
I got them 8-tracks.
Oh, brother.
That
would've
is
been
the
some-
whoa. That there is the lowest form of
Wow, bro.
sin. The
Lowest form of
lowest.
You went there. You really, really went there.
That is, you stole 100 Pokemon cards from some person who spent all their time out there traveling around.
Worst sin of all.
They're probably
Worst
still
of all.
telling that
Worst
story to
one.
people.
I'd rather you told me you killed somebody.
Alright, guys, I'm confessing a sin.
Okay, tell me.
because-
Now I want to know.
Because this person said they stole 100 Pokemon cards.
Uh-oh.
Somebody
Allegedly.
had a holographic Snorlax when I was in like 4th grade. And
You
they said they would trade it for like 4 packs of Pokemon cards. So I went home and told my brother. And so he got 4 packs of Pokemon cards, opened them, took them all out, and then took all energies only and filled those energies into the Pokemon card packs. Gave them to me to bring to the kid at school to trade for the holographic Snorlax. I did that. I still don't feel bad about it, honestly.
You should. You should.
Oh,
That's
that's freaking
low.
hilarious.
That's love. That would have been me.
Well,
The kid halfway deserved it.
that's definitely a sin.
Kid sins are funny though. Like kid sins are like petty bullshit.
Not all.
I
of them.
mean,
You're not,
they're not good, but
On average.
on average, they are.
there's like a whole Pokemon
Somewhere out there, there's
operation.
like a 4-year-old serial killer.
Plotting.
Somebody's plotting to kill me because I can gypped them out of a Snorlax.
Oh shoot!
Exactly. That's what you get.
Damn.
That's it. That is Jehovah putting in justice where it's needed.
So is karma part of the whole deal?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Karma Sutra.
Oh, I like that. I'd rather talk about that. That's the sin I want to focus on.
Now we're on
Let's
to
talk about
something.
sex.
How did sex become
Absolutely.
Let's
a
talk
sin?
about sex.
Didn't that come with call?
You know it's crazy. It's talking about sin. My mom had a book that said Karma Sutra. I didn't know what it was, but I used to just read it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, okay.
That's you're like, what's that mean? Why are they sitting like that? Because it has pictures.
Yeah, my little young brain was like, right. You know, hey,
that's not funny.
Hey, we used to.
I don't like it.
We used to like the JC Penney bra and panty section used to be a. That used to be like somebody come in the room. Look at the toys.
Why are these pages stuck together?
Huh?
Why do we normalize not teaching children anything about the very natural part of life that if it hadn't happened, they wouldn't exist? And yet it's like the thing nobody wants to talk to their kids about, literally the most natural thing.
Someone taught us all that it was evil for some reason. That
not me.
Sex was bad.
Right, not you, because you
all
got to
cultures everywhere.
all cultures, but we weren't allowed to know what anything was.
Oh, you didn't know what nothing was? Oh,
well, I mean, you can't look and touch yourself, so half the battle is there.
Yeah, when I figured out what that was down there, I was like, "What?
Way too late.
What is happening?"
Y'all talking about, that was
that
last
changed
week.
My entire life. Shane Gillis just went on SNL and he talked about this. He said he was a mama's boy, which is basically a gay best friend to your mom. Until the first day he masturbated, and he couldn't wait until that bitch got out of the
house. Oh man, that's a sinful time for us. So when your hands going, they used to threaten us. Your hands are gonna be hairy. You have hairy palms.
Hairs are going to palms.
Hairy palms. You're gonna go blind.
That wouldn't be a good thing. I think it would be cool to have hairy
palms.
Yeah.
That would make it feel nicer, possibly.
No. Talk about a chore to clean. No, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hairy palms.
Just braid them. Just give them a little ringlet with asylum, Farrah Fawcett hair on your hand.
Tickle.
Hey, Shane, was it like this for you?
So we lie to our children. We break one of the actual sins in the Bible to avoid talking about literally the most natural thing that happens to humans.
Yeah, because
because lying is a sin.
Tyler, what were you to say?
Did you do you remember when you went from I'll go to the store to I'm gonna stay at the house?
Yeah.
I'll stay at the house.
Yeah.
But what you had to do was you had to then you start becoming like a timer. You like you a thief. So you have to practice run. They say, I'm gonna go do something. So you say, all right, let's see how long this is gonna take. And once you get how long it takes, you know what to do. How long is it gonna take him to walk down to the end of the street to the mailbox, get the mail, and get back? Do I have time?
No, I never did
Can you
think
do it?
Oh,
every time anything that with that kind of quick.
oh man, I was at it
I
down
mean,
pat.
if it's the only thing you can think about all the time, do you really have free will?
Oh, I would do it in the shower.
Oh man, nobody.
But you quit doing that fairly early because you realize that that's just not a good place to do it.
What, the shower?
Why?
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
because
it the
when
perfect
water
place?
Wash
water
away in the sin. You wash away your sin.
Hey,
Your
listen,
sin washes. Your sin washes away.
Listen.
And you just walk out.
listen. When water contacts
I wouldn't know.
ejaculate,
I'm sinless.
it turns into a different substance because part of it washes away and the
It's
other
like
part stays.
sticky.
It becomes like cement. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also don't
Oh.
want that going down the drain. And if it
Right.
doesn't go
like
down the drain, then
cement.
it's staying on you.
Oh,
You think I care
And
about
it's
plumbing?
very hard to get off of you. So
This is the
you gotta
difference
stop doing
between
that.
people who have city plumbing and who have septic tanks, maybe.
Yeah, I have a septic. I have a septic tank.
You know what we're talking about.
I know. Oh yeah, septic
You
tanks are
know.
dangerous because your evidence is just there.
This is definitely all sinful behavior that we've engaged in the last.
Not
like
me.
we can't even talk about this.
All of our lives.
Y'all
Sin.
sin.
We're born in sin. So since you can't stop doing all these sinful things, then you must believe what I tell you to be true. And that is
Stop
that God
sinning.
is real.
Everybody stop sinning right now. On 3, we're gonna stop sinning.
1,
2, 3.
Oh wait, are you counting 3 down or a 1, 2, 3? Which way are we going here?
Why
I
don't we
was
tell the whole?
ready.
We gotta
We're
tell
gonna
the whole
say
world to do it at
1,
once.
2, 3. No sin.
Wait, on the no, do we stop sinning, or is it on the sin? Do we stop sinning?
Not it. Like
Right on
not
the end.
sinning.
Not sinning. Last
1, 2, 3.
person.
Not sinning.
Not sinning.
Not sinning.
Somebody sinning.
Oh, I'm definitely sinning. I'm definitely sinning.
I think
Well,
it's
I'm going to
okay.
heaven.
I feel like the church has missed the opportunity to have some very fun sin games.
They'd make more money if they want to make. Dude, if
Do
the
they need
church
to make
really
more?
wanted to make more. Well, I'm saying if they wanted to make more, I think if they just made church
There's
like
always
this,
more money.
yeah. Give
So-
me.
So what I'm hearing is sin is really just anything you do to make somebody else feel bad or dead, and anything that you
Bad
do
or
to
dead.
make yourself feel good, because that's not allowed, right?
Sin
Pretty
is
much
just
everything that feels good is a sin because it feels good.
Well,
You can't make
somebody
yourself
else in
feel
the
good.
But sin,
So you
someone
make
else
other
in the
people feel
high.
good.
sin is subjective. Sin is subjective. It all depends on which thing you're in determines what your sin is. Because Baptists and y'all share same sins, but y'all are sinning according to them.
But a sin is technically what God thinks is. It's the
No,
God.
I was just going to say that.
God
Somebody
thinks
in-
that what they
that
think.
God
God thinks what they
thinks what
think.
they think. So they're projecting their ethics and morality. Morality
No,
on
God came to them. No, God came to them when they were asleep last night and told them.
Yeah, I think that comes.
I don't understand how y'all just can't get this part of falling asleep and God telling you what sins are. So you got to wake up into the waking world and then proceed to tell us what a sin is based off your dreams.
Yeah, it's Wacko World, Bizarro Land. This is where Bizarro Superman is from. This is what you just described.
It's not. Yeah, it is pretty. It's for me. It's like I can't. I know y'all. For me, it's like I can't believe. I'm like, wow, this is what all y'all been doing this whole time. I said like, because I only saw religions from the surface, just a little skin. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, whatever. Don't sound like nothing. And now it's just like, the more they talk, the more it's like the more they witness, the more I don't believe. It's like it's having the opposite effect. If they would shut up, I probably would participate. They just keep talking. talking and making more TikTok videos about nonsense. And then Cat Williams says, proof of God is because you see how everything works together. See how all four of us on this podcast, and Brian's able to breathe and wear clothes, and you got hair because you need hair, and he has skin, and that's proof.
Instead of evolution that we've talked about, that makes so much more sense after
That don't
millions
make
of
sense at
years.
all.
Right.
That sounds loony.
Right. Exactly.
My thing is like this. I can understand if you believe that evolution sounds loony, if you didn't have something loony that you believed in. If you didn't have any belief that I don't understand. Evolution sounds weird, but so I don't know. You're going, evolution sounds weird. I'm gonna stick with the virgin having birth to a demigod.
It makes way more sense.
Come on. But I'm sinning right now because I don't believe.
Well, you're sinning if you don't believe in it. You're sinning if you disagree with it or disobey it. Well, I mean, that's just breaking the sin, I guess. But there's a lot of there's more ways to sin than there is to just live your life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of like a high
believe.
control state. Like there's reasons why, we don't really like dictatorships, and we don't really like high controlling like governments either. So I do find it ironic that, well, colonialism, I have ethical issues and I think is sinful in and of itself. But people came to this land to get away from the high controlling land and government and religions that they came from, so they could all do their own thing. And then, to me, that's what I have always been taught that this country was based on. And now we have a lot of people right now who are fighting to make everybody else have laws that we all have to live by that are based off of their one religion.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the freedom of religion. So it's a loophole, I guess, if they can do it and legislate it. But essentially, that's what's happening in a lot of states and federal stuff, is that people they just want to make everybody live by the rules that they think are what everyone else should do.
I was about to say, man, that person looks just like Ryan.
Wait a minute.
I agree with them. I agree with them. You should like this stream.
And
if you don't.
For the belief of hell, but specifically those that believe that the only way that you cannot go to hell is if you what does that sound?
Bless you. I said, I would say it all because he stole his wife's heart, and that was his sin.
Thief. Get it back.
No, he didn't. I ain't forgiving you for the Pokemon card, sir. Don't try to win us over.
Allegedly, I don't want no one to come after him. Somebody might remember that.
Wait, I forgot where I was going with
it's this kid. He's still wearing his old ass ketchum. He got a whole ass ketchum outfit. He's totally outgrown it. He's been sitting in the room just plotting, just waiting to find this guy, and he just happened to come across this screen.
Yep.
And there he is.
Like,
now, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I was thinking, if people that believe that you have to believe in order to not go to hell, that's as far as authoritarianism goes. That I would not worship a god that would create a hell in the first place, but at least in like other authoritarian situations, like North Korea, for example, you can escape it by dying. In people's other beliefs, you must follow this authoritarian ruler, and death will not save you. You are under authoritarian rule even after death.
That is the most. Yeah.
You're bound,
and you're bound for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
There's never going to be an off to this. It would have. I don't even know what existing forever feels like.
I would imagine anything that is conscious forever would have to be psychotic.
Well, yeah, I don't see any, like I don't see like Like after 80
Yeah,
years, it's
not
like,
with
what
that
else
brain.
you gonna do?
Right.
What else you gonna do? What new things you gonna do?
I mean, I could do. I mean, say I'm youthful forever, and maybe I can go way longer than 80 years. Maybe I can go a quadrillion years. But
Ew.
I
Ew.
mean, that's nothing compared to eternity.
It'd be like the episode of Star Trek Voyager with Q wanted to
Oh, yeah.
uncue himself.
The Q wants, yes.
He
To
wants
end
to
it.
uncue himself.
As long as I was learning, I'd be happy to live, but I don't know
What
if
else
I'd.
could you learn?
Why are we talking about?
Well, I'm saying I would be learning languages and oh God, yes, sin. Back to the sin.
Yeah.
Back
This is
to the
sinful.
sin.
We sending
You know what?
to Dr.
Dan
Conway.
started it. Dan started the
Sorry,
domino.
we sinned and got on topic. We sinned, guys. We must repent.
I'm sorry. I transgressed.
I know.
My hands are red.
Blood.
So there's a couple of other things we can
Good to
talk
see
about.
you.
Like, I was gonna point out that there's the 7 deadly sins, and then there's something called the capital virtues, which are supposed to be the opposite of the 7 deadly sins. So if it's pride, greed, and in no particular order, because I didn't write them down in particular order.
I want an order.
Pride, greed, lust, wrath, envy, and gluttony and sloth is to humility, charity, chastity, kindness, patience, temperance, and diligence. What is sloth?
Why is chastity? What the
being
fuck?
lazy,
What they
I
talk?
think.
I want to know what chastity means. What they trying to talk about?
I mean, I kind of like all of these are just individual. Like it's the same thing as a sin. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Right. Before sloth?
What?
What was before sloth?
I think what was the opposite of sloth?
No, what was the sin before sloth?
Gluttony.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought I heard someone say chastity just a second ago, and
well, that's the opposite of lust.
Gotcha.
And I was just curious, like what exactly they were. Anyway, yeah, it's like
because chastity, like a chastity belt. You don't go after it, just keeps you pinned down.
But that's just it. Like everybody's going to be extreme in their own. Like
everybody got an edge through life.
So I wrote this down when I was thinking about it. If humility is the opposite of pride, then how are people to know if being proud of your family or for their accomplishments is a sin versus becoming so humble and passive that people push you over and take advantage of you? Is there a middle ground or spectrum to this?
Yeah, I think there's totally a spectrum. I think there's a spectrum to everything. What'd you say?
What?
Dr. Time Waster.
What?
Getting a little personal here.
Me? Well,
I felt attacked for a second.
Well,
you attacking me?
If the shoe fits.
You calling me a sinner?
I wrote something down on my phone that reminds me of this because I was thinking you were talking about humility, and I was thinking who's somebody who really humble, and my mind first thought of monks, but the thing that I wrote down was I am the most humble and the least vain. And I was thinking about comparing that to somebody saying I'm the most vain and the least humble.
Well, anyone who says I'm the most humble already doesn't sound very humble to me.
Exactly. The most humble and the least vain, they're actually the exact opposite. And whoever says they're the most or the most vain and the least humble is probably the opposite as well.
No, I am the most vain person you ever met.
You're
so you're humble.
vain.
Basically, you can just assume whatever somebody claims they are, they're the opposite.
I am whatever you say I am.
Are you quoting an Eminem song?
I made that up.
The Popeye song, or
I am what I am.
I am what I am.
Yeah.
Sinners.
I think this is just describing a spectrum, and there's no one right way to be. And you know what? There's a time to be lustful. There's a time, right? Like, depending on
There's
how you
no
want to
time for
describe
lust
these
in this
things,
world.
there's a time and place for a lot of things. And to say that you always have to be one way or the other, it doesn't work, right?
Extremes never work. Extremes are just not good.
Because you can't be. Because the things that they call sins are just your natural state. Lust is just natural. You're gonna lust after something. You cannot not do that. So you're gonna spend your entire life.
I lust all the time. I'm a luster.
They spend the whole time just your whole life. Lust down.
They look like that guy being controlled again by the.
Look at him. He's
how they look.
That's the lust trying to get out of him.
The lust demon.
He's just ready to burst, full of lust, just lust all over.
Oh, I'm ready to burst. I got a lot of lust.
It's getting warm in here.
And everybody's all pink and flush. It's very moist in here. It's very moist.
All right, guys, we're getting off here to go lust.
That's one of the many perks. That's one of the many perks of this. You never know what I'm feeling.
Yeah. So, what about like the 10 Commandments?
Are those
There's like 100 and something of those things.
Or 20 million commandments. Yeah, I was looking it up, and it was like,
wait, there's more than 10 commandments?
Yeah, there's a lot.
I ain't got time to hear them all.
I know.
619, I think.
There's like different ones in different parts of the what? I'm sorry.
I go back to my original statement. I wish I grew up in the system.
What?
And I was a devout believer.
You're in the worldly system.
I go to therapy every 2 weeks.
I need therapy.
Because I'm tired of thinking about them. I'm tired of thinking about these people. Every time I meet somebody new, like I was in the elevator, and I met this sweet old lady. We were just talking. And then I looked at what she was carrying, and it was a Bible. I said, we're different. That's all I can think. Like, we're different. Like, we're not. We're in two different realities right now. We're not in the same reality. We're not in the same reality.
I mean, I like to carry my Harry Potter books with me, so it's important.
A lady.
I like what you got in the background there, though.
Which one?
A lady
this lovely painting that I have here, or
that is you made that.
That painting, yes, that is a great painting.
Little Star Trek sticky notes.
That's nice. Sticky notes. And what do they actually? Oh, they're really that's. I
don't expect you to use them though.
And that's notes as well. Oh wow. Do you use them?
I just got them.
Okay.
You gonna use them?
Well, it's right here by my desk. I just got them.
But are you going to use them?
Of course. Look, I have a pen right here. It's ready to go.
I'm not expecting you to use them. But if you don't use them, I'll be crushed.
Oh no. I'll use them. I also have this one.
What is that?
Oh, well,
is that a painting you made?
That looks like Shane Dobson.
Who's that?
It looks like
a little hootie owl.
It looks pretty good. Who did that?
Who painted that?
I think we know who did it.
I think it was Shane.
What's that?
Stopper?
It was a Dob Stopper. It was Mr. Dob Stopper over here.
I didn't even
Dob Stopper.
I didn't even know who painted it at first. When you brought it up, it made me realize that you had did it.
What?
What's that?
Some reason that owl looks like you to me. I said,
let's see it more time, because this is actually the first time I've seen this painting in a long time.
Oh my God, it's a spitting image.
It's something about it's something about the the deadness in his eyes. Those eyes are dead on that thing.
Oh.
Well, the guy's piercing at me and looking at me, staring into my. Look at that.
Into my soul.
That
Oh my goodness.
well, actually, that doesn't look that bad. I should paint more.
You should.
Sure, why not?
It doesn't look bad. I like it.
Yeah, let's do.
A lusty story, sweet old lady.
I want to hear. You have a lusty story about you and an old lady in an elevator?
I met this
Loving an
80-year-old lady. I got a hankering for like old.
Hey, I don't
old
judge.
Old women like me.
As long as it's of age of consent, and not too like weird. But
I'm not gonna be doing it with them or nothing. But I just get along with old people. Like old people really.
I have a question.
Yeah, but at some point,
turn you on.
Not really have the consent.
If you believe that sin is related to morality at all, like as far as like what's good or bad,
this is a sinful path.
I'm curious with anybody that believes that perception of sin, if they think that God decides what is moral and immoral, or if they think that something is moral or immoral just whether or not God decides.
Like inherently?
Yes.
Like it's inherently moral?
Yes, if it's above God or if God is above it. So, a hilarious one I asked my mom. No, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not going to talk about that one. But something completely different you could ask somebody is if God said it was okay to rape children, would you think that it's okay? Have somebody ask that, and some people will say yes. I do. They think that it is then okay because God decided.
Wasn't that dude on TikTok? Everybody was going after about that.
There's been several, I'm sure.
I remember he was like, well, see, they can see if they would just stop talking. TikTok is they don't understand. Social media is not their friend. It is like they don't need to. If they would do much better, you notice Craig Locke, you don't hear nothing from him anymore.
Oh,
because he's not on
pastor.
Yeah, because he's not on social. He's not on social media anymore like that.
Only what people find and post on it.
Yeah, but it's not like how it was because the longer he was on social media, the more you can look at him, and the more you can look at him, you can see, oh, this guy's kind of off. Oh,
you're getting off. Oh my God. Try to get close,
dude, you can keep that to yourself. I mean, we said this was a sin show, and even though I did tell you like to get your lotion ready, I didn't know you were gonna like tell us you were
supposed
straight
to
up
edge
getting
until
off.
we finished.
Right? Like, come on, you just went straight for the climax. You didn't even tickle it a little bit.
Yeah, we've only been here 58 minutes. You were 2 minutes short.
It was a little premature.
Ejaculate. Oh, excuse me. Premature ejaculate. Anyway, TMI, please. Next time, keep to yourself. You better like this stream on your way out. Pervert. Allegedly.
Well, before we wrap up the evening as well, because I guess we're getting close to the hour mark, but here, not that I'm not enjoying this conversation. I just wanted to ask you guys, like, of all the things that we've talked about and other things that you've probably learned or believe in your lifetime, what kind of like rules or commandments or suggestions do you guys think would be important if we could just wipe it all out and start over with what we know now?
Well, the golden rule idea exists among.
You could redo the United States Constitution.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't.
I hate
because
that.
I don't believe in a state. I don't.
You don't believe in what now?
Yeah, the occupier state. True.
I don't believe in having a government. Ultimately, I think that we should, or hierarchical government, anyways. So I don't know about writing a constitution.
Well, I'm open for other forms of government, but I know how people are, and I don't want to live, I think, in a country where there isn't at least some kind of community agreed upon rules that we will all guide ourselves.
Right.
As
like
Tyler was
this.
saying earlier.
It's like this. For me,
I'm open.
all right. It's like when people say people move off grid. And so move off grid. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. But at some point, when enough people occupy enough part of place, you're all gonna have to come together, figure out some laws and some agreements on and what you're gonna do if this person doesn't. So because if we all agree on this and then the person doesn't do it, do we just let the person not do what we agreed on, or do we implement some type of punishment? So essentially, we're gonna always be in this, we're gonna forever stay at this state because that's just what we do. And it is what it is. Keep sinning,
and
friend.
and I'm open for like a better idea or a slight, preferably a slight adjustment of what we're already doing and used to. That might be a move toward improvement. You know.
I would say
we're debating the ethics of government.
The finger.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, well, if you could just write a 10 commandment then or something, like what do you think the rule that you
got it. Say no more.
People around you should live by?
I was overthinking.
Okay.
Now I completely forgot.
I mean, I did kind of rabbit hole us a little bit.
You rabbit hole me into a deeper. You took me to a deeper place,
consensual.
and now I'm back to the place where I was supposed to be at, because I do, like, if I was to, like, you say, hey, you want me to run this place? I have some very strict rules, but my main focal point would be transportation in terms of you breaking my speed limits would be deadly. Like, I would want drones up and down the freeway. You go, zap, get out of here. Can't do that. I am strict. That's how I would run it. Be a strict.
What, like trains?
10 Commandments, thou shalt not speed.
No, thou shalt never speed.
Just
past the closest speed limit. Do any y'all drive past the speed limit? That, to me, that's a sin when you go past it.
This is going to be the intro to the new Keanu Reeves movie, Speed 4, Thou Shalt Not Speed, and then he goes to hell as soon as he goes 61 miles an hour.
You speed, Dop Stopper?
Not really, no. I mean, of course, sometimes
you sound like it. Ryan, do you speed?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get off the podcast. I don't want to do this anymore with sinners. If I was doing this with a group of sinners, I would have never participated.
But I have my limits. I only sin 5 to 10 miles over. That's
all
my
it takes
sin.
is a little bit of sin.
No. Sin is a scale. Like, I'm not a big. It's just a little sin.
A little bit of sin.
There's
one little.
There's some places you can speed.
Sin.
I believe in a flow of traffic in a safe way that allows slow people to go and fast people to go. Where
no. Because the fast people never stop.
Driving.
No, the fast people never stop. They constantly keep pushing the boundaries and speed up faster. I'll go 5 over. They move it up to 70. I'll go 75.
In a different lane, and you don't.
We taking that lane back.
No,
I have something. Is whenever I go visit my brother, I had to drive. One part of the trip is from Kansas City to Denver, Colorado, and I could just put a broom down on my accelerator and go to sleep if I wanted to, for a day, and it wouldn't matter how fast I'm going. I'm not going to wreck. It's a straight line. There's nobody there. If I did go off the road, it's just a field. I'll just go right back onto it.
No.
Well, that sounds a little reckless.
That sounds.
You could do it though.
You're sitting in my like. You wouldn't survive under my religion.
No, I'm going to hell.
Straight to hell. It's the unforgivable.
That's the only place I'll do that.
Yeah. And then you got to spend then I'm know what, Dr. Tom Waster? You'll spend eternity in the slow lane.
That's fine.
Eternity.
I will find a way
That
to
is
make
hell.
it
You'll never
miserable
escape.
for everyone else
There-
with me.
It's basically there's a slow lane and there's also a HOV lane that's always open, but nobody can use it or go to super hell.
That's from Hova. For Jehovah.
I love
Hove.
driving the speed limit.
The Hove lane, only Jehovah can use it.
Yep. Young Hove. That's why.
We got the Fergie glasses.
I'm just protecting my peeps.
Okay.
My peepers.
So, yep, that's great, Tyler. If I made 10 commandments, I guess, man, that is tough.
Yeah.
What do I value? If I had 10 commandments, everybody would have to wear the top that Dr. Time Waster is wearing.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to the person who made it.
Okay. Well,
No,
she's gonna be very busy whenever the entire world is mandated to wear that top. She's gonna be in very good business. She's got at least 8 billion to make.
This was a custom Ryan tank top. So
Oh yeah, wait. Let me hold on. Yeah, I made that special.
It's all right. It's even got the little
Yes.
peekaboo sinful window right here.
Yeah, I
Sinners.
like
Sin
two
win.
little sinful windows. I gotta make sure that
Me and your
you
mother
have
gonna have
easy
a talk
access.
tonight. Me and
Right.
your mother gonna have a talk tonight. Me and your mother are gonna have a talk tonight.
Yeah, Daddy.
Not my real dad.
No.
This is just one of many birthdays.
Do
and
you
Christmas
see what she
you
got
have to
on?
make up for.
Sorry, eh? That wasn't Canadian.
What they be saying up there?
Sorry.
What was it?
Sorry.
Project. Yeah, project.
Oh, projection?
I got a project.
Or your project?
Well, they say project.
Oh, do they say project?
Canada?
I've heard them say project.
Who's
I
this?
don't know. Canadians?
Yeah.
Canadians?
And the people that's closer up to Canada, Michigan, all that place.
Canadians?
Yeah. My pa is from Michigan, and he sounds like that.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm high.
Well, how about you, Ryan? What would you do?
Well, what am I doing? I
10
don't even know.
commandments. What would be your 10 commandments? What would you
Oh,
I like how we just gave off
tell
just
the people to do and not do?
I like how me and Doctor only gave you like 1 or 2 commandments.
I just gave you
I
one.
don't mean all
Jeez.
10. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as. I don't literally mean come up with 10 things right now.
Yeah, that just appeal to you.
this is so good.
One thing.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Unless given consent.
Yeah. Put a little consent in there. That's always good. That's always good with everything. Gotta, consent. Tell me more. What do I hate when people do to me? Keep your cart. Like, if I'm in the shopping, please don't jam your cart into my cankles. You got to give people space. Okay. So keep your hands off, but also give people space. Don't be breathing in their face with your nasty, breath.
True.
Please.
Pick a side of the aisle.
Personal
Yeah,
space.
yeah. You got to pass on the right. Pass on the right. This is America. If you're in Europe, you pass on the left. Pass on the left.
Exactly.
I always feel bad when I have to pass on the in the wrong spot because they in the wrong spot. I was like, oh, you messing this up. Get in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we're driving. You just get.
Yeah, don't telemarket. I don't like it.
Oh, I would ban salesmen.
Don't spit in the wind.
Don't pull the mask of the Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
If I was president of the United States, I would make it illegal to be bad. That's what I would do.
To be bad?
Like Michael Jackson bad?
Nope.
Or bad.
It's illegal to be a bad person.
A very
Wow,
helpful law, young man.
Do you have to turn yourself in? Wait.
If you're a
Do you
bad
have to turn
person,
yourself in though?
if you're a bad person, you have
if
to
you're
turn
not
yourself
willing to
in.
turn yourself in,
I'm a bad person.
if you're not willing to
You
turn
go to
yourself
jail.
in, if you're not turning yourself in, that means you're a bad person. Therefore, you got to turn yourself in.
Exactly.
But if you don't turn yourself in, but if you turn yourself in, you're not a bad person. You're a good person. Therefore, they're gonna let you free. But then again, you're technically a bad person. So they gotta
basically,
arrest you.
everybody needs to go to jail.
Now,
And by the way, slavery is legal as a punishment.
I can't believe y'all didn't know that.
And then I'll decide who's good.
Anybody knew that? That was like my whole reason for not going.
What?
That's like you could be a slave in jail. I was like, I didn't know people didn't know that. It was like right there. You can read it. It's there right there.
Yeah,
it's in the main part of the law. Like,
I mean, it was like, I said, like even if you didn't say that part, it still was like, no, I'm good. It was a movie that really.
Here's the list of things I wrote that I thought were unethical,
there we go.
or that we do in a very unethical way. Prisons, billionaires, colonialism, and narcotics.
Oh,
I just
baby.
highly like to hear the word narcotics.
And the war against terrorism. The war against terrorism, the war against drug, the war against poverty, the war against homelessness. Exactly. Anytime there's a war against, that's when we know that corporate America is in there doing their bamboozling.
There's a war on God.
There we go. Right there. It tells you. That tells you that they're using coded language.
It's a war on God. Look at you. It's a war on. Look at y'all.
Yep.
They won't even let you pray in school, brother.
Oh, brother.
They'll literally send you to jail if you silently pray to yourself.
Well, I was trying to look at. What's that?
Somebody lurking in the background.
Oh. Lurking. So I was looking up other people who have obviously come up with their own like. Hey. The Satanic Temple, they have their own sort of version of like, they don't call it the commandments, they just call it the fundamental tenets. But they have their like 1 through 7 list of things, and I thought they came up with a pretty good list. Have you guys ever read it, or do you know any of it?
I have read.
It's been a while, but I have.
I don't remember them.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Let's see.
I was anticipating you was just gonna start reading them.
I know that they are very good, reasonable things. You should treat all animals.
Not Be Kind, Rewind. That's a good one.
It is Be Kind, Rewind. Here, let's see if I can.
That was Jesus's golden rule. It's what he said.
Yeah,
that's started it.
Right. Here, can you see?
Yep. There we go.
So I just pulled it up. Scary. It's scary.
You scare me.
Did that scare y'all back in the day?
What's that? Oh yeah. Like anything that even remotely had this type of style to it, immediately I was
Gothic symbology kind of things.
As I got older, like as I got older, I was kind of like, oh, this is like Santa Claus.
I feel bad for my grandmother.
Right. All these other people see something and they have a heart attack.
One should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that you should prevail over other laws and institutions. Which to me, I just read that is sometimes the thing that's the right thing to do is against the law. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will. That's bodily autonomy. The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of others is to forego one's own. So I guess what they're saying is it's okay if you offend people, just don't encroach on their freedom. Offending somebody
because
doesn't automatically encroach on somebody else's freedom.
right. And that's exactly what Jehovah's Witnesses train you to think, though, that you can stumble somebody. So therefore you have to always be like perfect. And I like how they say, like, you're gonna offend people as long as you're not doing something
Y'all been
physically personally
Y'all
to
caused
them.
me to stumble.
I'm glad. I'm happy about
I
it.
was on steady ground walking
That's what sinners like, and
righteous.
I like it.
You've been
And then
sitting the
I'm
whole
y'all
time.
I'm
got me
moist.
stumbling.
It got me moist just thinking about it.
Don't worry. I'm
Now
gonna
you
get
got me
to the
stumbling
book
right
after
now.
the book after this.
It got me tripping. Oh, stumbling. Oh.
I like number 5. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs.
That's what Cat Williams did.
Yeah.
Look how perfect we are. It's gotta
I
be a
mean,
God.
you want facts to shape your beliefs. You don't want it to do the other way around because then it's not a fact anymore. Let's see. Number 6. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Yeah, I must just mess that up. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. I mean, I'm not sure I'm like 100% sold on every aspect of these, but I really like most of them compared to every other
Oh my gosh, yeah.
commandments I've ever seen. So
This is a good
I
start.
mean, they're pretty well thought out.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to be a human. Everybody is their own person versus we had to be written into amendments to be like of any soul. What do you call it? I can't freaking think of the word.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Agency. Sorry. Derp.
Keep it up. I'm gonna get back with my brethren and we're gonna write you out.
The thought of heaven to a lot of Christians
I like
is
the scissor.
complete conformity. Everybody's the same. Everybody believes the same thing. Everybody is also able-bodied, by the way. That's the big thing. There's no disabled people in heaven to most
What am I doing?
people that believe in heaven.
That don't make sense then.
So I mean, people just believe in conformity. There is no
you mean that
variation.
Then what's the point of being? Then what's the point of being disabled here?
Because clearly you were gonna.
Like, if you're not gonna be disabled for eternity, why would he make you disabled now?
Doesn't sound very ethical to me.
I mean, not all disabled people want to be not disabled.
No, but I'm saying so
perfectly happy the way.
So they would be disabled.
Oh, a lot of people believe that there are no disabled people in heaven. They believe in heaven. I think all disabilities.
As in, like, they don't make it to heaven because of their disabilities, or they go to heaven and they no longer have any.
Their disabilities are cured, is what a lot of people believe.
Well, that's what all the people who don't have disabilities want to believe, because at any point in time, absolutely everyone on this planet can become disabled.
Right.
Right.
Y'all making my brain hurt.
The thing that makes your brain hurt is there are disabled people that don't want their disability, quote unquote, cured.
There are people with disabilities who.
What's making my brain hurt is like it just logically don't make sense. It don't make sense. It just don't. It don't make sense to me, and it just and it makes my brain hurt trying to make it make sense. Like
what
so. And this guy's gonna make you disabled now, and then for the rest of all of eternity, you're not gonna be disabled.
Oh yeah.
For what? What? Why? Why do any of that then? You see, it don't make. So what are you gonna be doing for eternity anyway? None of that makes sense. It just don't make sense to me. It just don't make sense. And I'm not knocking anybody who's rocking with it. It don't make sense to me.
All right. Well, I have had fun having this conversation with you guys. I think we could talk about sin a long time. Huh?
I said, you sure about that?
Sure about me having fun. Do I not look like I'm having fun? Sometimes
Do we
people
want
think
to
I don't
go
look like
into
I'm having fun.
specific
No, I'm just kidding.
sins?
We had a good time.
What did you say, Dub Supper? I'm sorry, I was
Oh, I
laughing.
said, do we want to go into specific sins in the future? We can sit here and talk about the sin of getting moist.
Oh,
Talk about that for hours.
depends on how far we can go before we get kicked off the channel. So
Probably about 2 more seconds.
Well,
immersed.
I guess I've not changed my mind on that. I also don't believe that I'm sinning.
Right.
Because I just don't believe in sin. Do I think that sometimes I'm not always following my own morality? Sure, but I try and call myself on that as much as I can. I don't care what people believe, but if you really truly believe in certain things, I find it frustrating when they don't hold themselves accountable to their own beliefs. Just saying. I don't like hypocrisy. It's
right.
annoying.
Or if they
I
do
hate
fail
it.
to hold themselves accountable to it in the moment, then to not take accountability for it later or feel guilt for it at the very least. Some people claim to believe stuff and then not feel guilt for their actions that go against their beliefs. Makes you wonder, do they actually believe what they say they believe?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
I
well.
On that note, perv. Gosh.
Well,
I don't even know
everyone
what's
go
going
have a
on.
sinful night. What
Will
does sin
do.
stand for?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to go and have one right now.
I'm
Yep.
going
Let's all get off this call and go sin.
All
I'm
right,
going
sounds
to
great.
tell Jehovah.
Please tell him I said hi. Well, thank you everybody for coming. We had a great time, and maybe we'll have to divulge and go a little deeper into this topic next week or something. I don't know, but we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye, y'all.
Thanks for hanging out.
Keep sinning. Stay moist.
Bye. Keep coming.